Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Um, Man, I don't know what gaming we're getting up to today, but happy Saturday anyways, man. We're gonna have a good day. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. We might play a little bit of City Skylines still. That's what we've been playing all week, and I'm enjoying it. It's been cool. We got some fun new road stuff that I kind of want to implement. Maybe we'll do a little bit of that. We'll for sure be playing some Shatterline, and I don't know, maybe some Fall Guys stuff, something we haven't done in a little while, something like that, maybe. Uh, After we do video gaming news, right? So let's get over there. Let's do what we do. Let's get into this. Multiverses is getting Rick very soon. Hmm. All right. Pickle Rick. All right, let's read about that. Man, they just didn't they just release what was it, Gizmo and Spike or Stripe? Yo, gamer, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Gamer and Stripe, I think, just got released like a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I think it was more like three. That's crazy. We'll see how soon. We'll see how soon. How are you, man? How you feeling? Mm, 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 mm. D23 wrap up. Let's see if there's anything decent in here that we need to. We'll just summarize the D23 showcase. All right. We actually read about Trombone Champ um, yesterday. That looks like a pretty funny little game. Yeah. So I don't know. Check it out on Steam. Oh, it's Saturday though, dude. It's Saturday. I'm just playing, man. Yeah, I bet you are feeling tired, man. Dealing with the shenanigans this week, the medical stuff. So yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, check that out on Steam if you want to. Check out yesterday's news segment. We've got a little article that we go over and watch the trailer for it and stuff. It's pretty wild. We read about the Monkey Island stuff. What is this? Um, yeah, okay. So TLDR, if you didn't know, Logitech G has come out with their cloud gaming handheld device in an attempt to get into the handheld market, right? Um, I think what you need to know is specifically this is being promoted as more of a cloud gaming device, whether it be NVIDIA GeForce Now or Game Pass or what have you, right? That's what this is kind of being touted as. So we don't have any kind of really reviews or anything yet about how it feels and plays, and so its performance, or for that matter, any kind of durability, the quality of the construction, things like that. Uh, but I think the big thing to understand here is the G Cloud is coming out and costing the same price as the lowest tier of Steam Deck, right? So keep that in consideration. If you're in the market for some kind of handheld device for gaming, these are at the same price point. And right now, I think Steam and their or the Steam Deck, Valve and their Steam Deck, they've done pretty well with that device. So maybe wait a bit, at least find out what the reviews are when they come out. in a little bit on this device before you make your decision between the two. Yeah. But if you did pre-order this, you can actually get it at about $50 cheaper than you'll be able to whenever it comes out, if you want to take that risk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, man. I know. What else we got here? Um, we've talked about it. We've talked about it. I'm not going to dive into the. I mean, basically, this is also stuff you can find in previous news segments. But we've talked a lot about the Marvel games that are currently have been officially announced to be in development. Right? We're talking about Iron Man, Wolverine, and it's a Black Panther game in conjunction with Captain America. I can't remember if they've already announced what they're going to call it or not, but that's basically what's in the works right now. That's been revealed, anyways, for Marvel video games coming out. What is this? Okay, here's us an article. Okay, it's time fans stop thinking they can be developers. We've seen a few different articles come out since you know the GTA 6 leaks resulted in an amount of backlash for the way the game looked in development. And I didn't see anything wrong with it personally. And I actually stood up for the the game development process over the past couple of days because while I'm not a game developer myself, I do find it pretty asinine that there are just people out there that have no idea the way it works, and they see something like an in development, they have no idea, an in development video of a game, when development processes are extremely, you know, sectioned into different kinds of advancement through the entire process, as well as not knowing when those videos came out. And the development process on a big AAA game is usually years on years, anyways. So you never know when you're getting a taste, if something leaks, of what usually you can kind of tell by quality. And but people with these GTA 6 leaks were just trashing the game for the way it looked, and I'm like, people are just wild, dude. That's funny to me, that they. But this is basically what the response has been. We've seen in the news segments, right? You get these articles that are coming out now, and it's like, uh, you know, basically a bunch of people saying, "Look, you don't understand the way development works, obviously, so just shut up until the real the full game comes out, and until you can actually get a look at what the final product is." And it's just funny to me. But we'll take a read at this. I find it actually hilarious. Yeah, we talked about that already as well. As opposed or opposite from the Marvel like series, TV series, and movies that have come out and created this universe, the games are not planning on like interconnecting stories and having them match up and things like that. They're trying to let the games kind of play out their own narratives. Yeah, we've also talked about the Nintendo sale that's going on right now. Apparently, it's going to end this weekend. So I'll pull it up one more time, show everybody what they've got going on. So if you're not aware, you can potentially get in on a price reduction for some titles you might be interested in before this sale ends. Let's do our pivot here into this other search. Trombone champ. Sorry, guys. Xbox's Project Amplify hopes to give games industry what? And needed diversity. Okay, let's see what Xbox got going on for the diversity of the gaming industry. Excuse me. Another Xbox Game Pass article about saving money. Let's see what's going on there. Ooh, Rockstar Games hacker reportedly arrested? Ooh. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just saw it. Dude, for like a couple of minutes. I played so much GTA back in the day. Like some San Andreas, dude. Stuff like that. Dude, I played a ton of GTA back in the day. But GTA 5, man, I never dove into. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if I like kind of burnt myself out back in the day or what, but I played a ton of it back in the day, man. I know it's a different experience now for sure, especially mainly because of the online component of it. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I need to take a look at it in the future. You? I know a lot of people love it, man. A lot of people love it. Apex Legends developer calls for players to stop harassing employees, dude. About let's read about this. Let's see exactly what's going on there. I'm not. I don't know if we need to dive into this. Well, we'll take a glance at it. Genshin's trying to ease the burden on new and returning players. You see this a lot. We'll skim this article to try to let everybody know what's going on if you are planning on getting back into or trying out Genshin for the first time. Basically, what it's something I'm guessing they have going on to entice people to either come back or to start playing the game. It's some kind of like intro bundle, free bundle of stuff to get them going, get a bunch of summons or something like that because it is a gotcha game. And we'll take a look and see what they're doing. This is not uncommon for a game like this to do. This is actually a very common ploy or tactic that's utilized by these types of titles. But Genshin's a very popular one. It's a very well developed game. I will give it that. And, we'll read about it and let you know what you might be able to get yourself if you want to start playing it. What is this? Twitch creator Chief Constance Knight exits amid stream what? Exits with controversy over streamer pay swirling. All right, we're gonna take a look at that. That's been a That's been something that's been talked about for a little while now. It's been kind of up in the air. So we'll take a look at that, see what's going on here in the universe that is our Twitch. Hellblade developer Ninja Theory confirms it won't replace actors with AI. Cool. Mortal Kombat's iconic logo was almost scrapped? That's wild. Yo, this is the second weekend of the Modern Warfare 2 beta as well. So last weekend it was only PlayStation platforms. This weekend it's actually all platforms. We're talking like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, right? So I'm guessing we're going to get a good, nice amount of feedback at the beginning of this coming week about what the game is doing well and maybe not so well. We've already read just a little bit about some things that people haven't been super excited, but it was like some UI stuff. They changed the map to where it no longer pings whenever you see, like, so you don't see enemy fire on your mini map anymore. It's more about you having to pay attention to like listening to footsteps and stuff like that, you know. Things like that, people are kind of up in the air about the actual quality of the game, the way it feels and everything, looks, bugs, things. We haven't seen a whole lot of that yet. Not that that's always going to be telling of the way a game feels at full release, but it's at least something. All right, see you this last page. Then we'll get into these articles. So no, Logitech didn't reveal a new white Xbox Series X. Apparently, it was just for this commercial. We read about this yesterday. There's a white Xbox Series X in the background here. The article we read didn't seem to give any kind of definitive answer as to whether or not Microsoft was in fact going to be releasing white versions of their consoles. But this appears to confirm that it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing right now. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Till Xbox actually does. Sony reiterates that first-party PlayStation games won't what? From PC day one. Oh. Won't come to PS Plus at launch. Which is exactly the opposite of basically what Microsoft and Xbox always tries to do, right? They're always trying to release their stuff on Game Pass day one. Sony's like, we won't do that. They want you buying those games. Near Automata anime announced? Ooh, we gotta take a look at that real quick. Okay, let's stick with this. These will be our articles. Cool. So, starting off with Near Automata anime announced airing January 23rd. Titled Near Automata version 1.1a, the anime was announced at Aniplex Online Fest 2022. This is great news for fans of the game who have been eagerly awaiting the anime adaptation. The game is one that has received its fair share of excitement from both fans and critics alike, with the game still drawing attention years after its release in 2017. It is no wonder Aniplex wanted to bring the story to the screen. Little is known about the series yet, but Aniplex released some details. It was revealed that 2B and 9's voice actors, Yui Ishikawa and Natsuki Hane, would be returning to reprise their roles in the production. Their pods 42 and 153 will also be voiced by their original voice actors, Hiroki Yasumoto and Karu Akiyama. Keeping close to what fans expect from the characters, the series will be directed by Ryuji Masuyama, with the animation being produced by Studio A1 Pictures. Yeah, for those unfamiliar with the series, Nier Automata launched in 2017 and continues the Nier saga with stylish action and unique characters. CG Magazine summed up Nier by saying it's a rare gaming experience in which narrative, aesthetics, and gameplay all complement each other to form a perfect storm of masterclass game design. A truly exemplary example of what video games are capable of as an art form, and a new personal favorite. Slated to debut in January of 2023. Let's take a look real quick. See what this looks like.
2017年2月
Dude, this is a long hold up. That's 8 minutes. I mean, it is Saturday, so cartoons are appropriate, man, but we got news to get to, man. And video games. Go. Go. All right, man. Hellblade developer Ninja Theory confirms it won't replace voice actors with AI. Ninja Theory, the developer behind the Hellblade series, denies that it will replace human voice actors with AI. In a response to a Twitter user asking if the studio would do such a thing, Ninja Theory stated no. For clarity, we use this AI tech for placeholder content only to help us understand things like timing and placement in early phases of development. When we collaborate with real actors whose performances are at the heart of bringing our stories to life. Notification comes after a report about the use of AI in video games and a company called Altered AI, which aims to provide game developers tools to create professional voice performances. One of Altered AI's clients is Ninja Theory, and the report called out the irony that Senua actress Melina Jurgens got the role even though she was the studio's video editor because they didn't have technology like this during the prototype stage. Yeah. The report also mentions that Curve Games has used AI voice tech for the Ascent. AI has always been in video games, such as including them as opponents in combat. Big companies like Sony have been investing more in AI and developing AI agents that can play alongside human players. Ninja Theory is working on several games right now, including Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, which looks amazing, and Project Mara. The former has been confirmed to release on Xbox Series X and S and PC, while the latter only has a teaser trailer so far. Neither project has a solid release date yet. All right. Mortal Kombat's iconic logo was almost scrapped. The MK franchise co-creator John Tobias has shared a bit of history about the video game's iconic logo after recently discovering an image of the first drawing of the game's dragon icon. While the whole history lesson is worth a read for a better understanding of how it came to be, Tobias also notes that it was almost tossed at one point because his sister thought it looked like a seahorse. Yes, really. I almost tossed the dragon icon sketch aside when I was at home working on it at my drafting table. My sister mistook the dragon for a seahorse. shared Tobias over at Twitter. It's unclear how serious Tobias is about, almost leading him to scrap the whole thing, but it does seem to be a comment that has stuck with him over the years. There's certainly some level of resemblance, and if it had been spotted while in progress, the curve of the dragon's neck and body could have easily been mistaken for a seahorse. You can check out the entire history lesson from Tobias that was shared on social media for yourself. Yeah, dude. Nice. According to Tobias, the dragon as a symbol of the Mortal Kombat tournament originally came from Dragon Attack, which was at one point in the running to be the video game's name. According to him, the tentative title came from Mortal Kombat co-creator Ed Boon's love for Queen, as the band has a song with the same name. The colors described in the song are even featured on the arcade cabinet designed for the video game. In general, the Mortal Kombat franchise remains extremely popular. A sequel to the recent reboot movie is in the works, and it continues to see animated movies released. The most recent Mortal Kombat video game from developer NetherRealm Studios, MK11, is currently available for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S1, and PC. That's kind of wild. It's kind of wild, man. Here we go. All right. Sony. Huh. Sony. Sony reiterates that first-party PlayStation games won't come to PS Plus at launch. The ninth generation of video game systems has seen competing companies take wildly different approaches when it comes to the marketing and release of their systems. With Microsoft going for a play anywhere approach, while Sony remains slightly more hunkered down in that respect. In a recent interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Sony confirmed that this approach will not change, at least when it comes to PlayStation Plus. Sony recently revamped its PlayStation Plus subscription service, expanding it to offer 3 different tiers: PS Plus Essential, Extra, and Premium. Extra represents the best value for money, giving users an Xbox Game Pass-like experience, with some games launching day one on PS Plus. According to head of Indies, Shuhei Yoshida, I think, for Extra, our approach is we like to help the publishers with lifecycle management. I was managing first party at PlayStation, so I know that it's like in the movies. A movie comes out at the theater first, then goes to pay-per-view or a subscription service or free TV, every time generating new revenue and reaching out to a broader audience. Elaborating further, he said, in the same kind of way, we believe in the premium release of a title at launch, and after maybe 6 months or 3 months or 3 years, when the game sales come down, inclusion into the service, their subscription service can help introduce these games to new, broader audiences. Some people might have missed these games when they came out. It's a great chance to play and generate word of mouth, or if there's DLC or a sequel going, we can help elevate interest to a broader audience about the franchise. This approach does make sense from the perspective of the service provider, and so while some may disagree with this tactic, it seems as though this is the route that Sony has chosen to take, at least this generation. Yeah, I would say maybe for now. And they'll continue to stick with it as long as it works, right? I mean, obviously. If it's working for them, if it seems to be working for them, they're going to continue to utilize this tactic, as it's going to generate more revenue for them. Yeah. On the flip side, I mean, when we look at Sony right now, we look at Sony as not releasing, proprietary titles, their PlayStation only titles. On their subscription service, we see Sony having a really kind of cold shoulder approach, if you will, to trying to provide consumers, and not only consumers, but people that have been loyal to their company for a long time, a way to get backwards compatibility with their games and systems. We see them raising prices on their consoles, whereas on the flip side, we see Xbox doing the opposite of all that. And I mean, look, this is coming from somebody who has traditionally been a Sony, a PlayStation console player. over anything else. And I have to say, from everything that I've been exposed to here lately, from tactics being used, the companies between these two companies, between their what looks to be a view at being friendly and allowing accessibility to their consumer base and fan base, things of that nature. Xbox looks like the company that actually, and the things that I hear as well from their head of gaming, Phil Spencer. I mean, to the point that he's even come out and been quoted as saying, and I've said this before, that the title he's most anticipating at this point is a PlayStation proprietary title, Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, right? So I think you would be very, very, very hard pressed to ever find anybody at Sony that would ever come out and say that they were ever anticipating a game at all from Xbox. You know, I think the big thing to take away from that is that it just makes Phil Spencer, who is the head of that company, the head of Xbox, look like somebody who is not only a good business-minded individual, but is a gamer and loves video games. And I think that's who you would want at the top of a gaming company. Somebody that definitely comes off as a gamer themselves and other gamers, your consumer, can relate to, you know? To save money on video games, Xbox Games Pass is essential for everyone. As tempting as it is, I don't want to get into politics here, as it would get away from my central point. But let's just say that every normal person is going to have a very difficult winter this year, and those less well off, well, I despair what will happen to them. Given that bleak outlook, worrying about video games seems self-indulgently trivial, but there's no doubt that working out how to spare some cash for games is going to be a big concern for many in the coming months. Of course, this is a bit of a it's not too bad. Of course, every savvy gamer already has plenty of tricks for getting cheap games, from knowing to wait a few months until after a game's launch, taking advantage of sales for both digital and physical games, or I'm not logged in, I don't think, but grabbing free ones. You can go get Ark Survival Evolved. Isn't that what it's called? Ark. I think it's Survival Evolved. You can get Ark and God, what is the other one right now? Gloom. There are 2 free games on Epic right now here. I think I got them up. Let me see. I got this. Get your free games, man. That's not it. Gloomhaven, man. Sorry. So yeah, Ark Survival Evolved and Gloomhaven free right now on Epic Games. Go get them. Can't beat free games, man. However, the rise of digital has made secondhand games a niche concern. Everyone loves the convenience of not having to get up to change discs. But I think now people are going to realize just what they've given away by embracing digital so fully. I have not fully embraced digital. I still buy physical on certain platforms. The only other way to save serious amounts of money on games now is Game Pass and, to a much lesser extent, PS Plus Extra and Premium. Game subscriptions are already popular, but I feel that the growing economic crisis, which is clearly going to last years, will make them such an essential part of gamers' life that the whole world of gaming will be changed forever. The reasons are not complicated. For a surprisingly small amount of money, you get access to hundreds of mostly high-quality games. And with Xbox, you get all their first-party games on day one. Yes, we were just reading about that. Now, at the moment, or the fact that Sony does not and is not going to do the same thing that Xbox does. Now, at the moment, that doesn't mean much, but because they haven't got any new ones. But as soon as their newly bought developers start churning out games, and once the Activision Blizzard buyout goes through, people are going to have access to dozens of top-notch games for the price of an indie title. Sony has something similar with PS Plus Extra and Premium, but it doesn't have games from day one, and the backwards compatibility is much less comprehensive. It's a much less complete service, and the half-hearted way they've gone about it suggests they didn't really want to do it at all, which I think is going to be their downfall. You can say Microsoft has just spent its way to success, and I would have a lot of sympathy for that opinion. That doesn't change the fact they're up on the up at the moment, and the inbuilt value of Game Pass is, in my opinion, going to push them past Sony, probably even Nintendo. The ramifications of this are enormous. For a start, it's going to mean that an American company is the market leader in the games industry for the first time since the 80s. With all that means in terms of the games they push and the developers they choose to work with. We've already seen that almost all the studios they've bought have been American, and if that's seen to work, they're going to stick with it. The effects will be deeper than that, as the success of Game Pass is very quickly going to make the idea of buying games day one seem archaic. It's likely to make the idea of buying games at all seem old-fashioned. That's something which is going to completely undercut Sony's business model, which is baked into Microsoft's from the start, right? The idea of spending full price on a game, this is comparable. It really is. I mean, and this didn't necessarily start, the digital video game age didn't necessarily start with Xbox. They're definitely pushing it into the next generation, though. We've seen the same thing. I mean, if you can compare this to something like having, when we used to have like everything for TV series and movies was physical, right? The back when we still had like blockbuster movies and whatever, your local movie stores, things like that. And then all of a sudden, with the internet becoming a very much more easily accessible and a much faster tool for us that provided the opportunity for a streaming service, Netflix. When Netflix came about, it totally changed the game, right? So it absolutely just like made it to where physical media, for the most part, just started going away because people didn't need it. We started getting all these different platforms to stream all of our content on, and it just totally changed the way that industry worked. And it's kind of the same thing we're seeing in gaming right now to an extent. If you really take a critical look at it, was Xbox, were they the ones to really initiate this for the gaming industry? Not necessarily. I mean, especially because consoles have still continued to do physical media for quite a while. But you take a look at platforms like Steam, Steam, I mean, it's just all digital, right? And we've seen this kind of transition coming. But with outside of just owning digital, but also just having access to, like, you see where Xbox is coming in, and they've had this subscription service since 2017 now, and it's really starting to change the way the industry works and is viewing the way, just the way we access our entertainment in the gaming industry and not needing to own it all anymore. We're going to have access to just big, massive collections of titles that we don't necessarily need to own. They'll just always be there for us because it's going to be like Netflix, right? It's just a big pile of media for us to go access anytime we want. Is it necessarily going to always have everything? No. But is it almost always going to have something? Yeah. And I think that's the big thing. That's what's going to keep people from feeling like they need to go out and buy something all the time, as opposed to just, there'll still be the occasion. That's the way it is now for a lot of people too. Occasionally you'll go buy something, that you're like, man, that's a good movie. I want to own that or whatever. But most, and you can't find it anywhere to stream. It'll happen. But it's changing things. The idea of spending full price on a game when you can get dozens of them a month for a third of the price is going to seem crazy to people in the future, and there will be no going back. Not even saying it's a good thing, but video games are not going to be the number one spending priority for most people in the coming months, and Xbox and Game Pass are the only ones that are going to benefit from that, not form that. Here's the other thing. Microsoft is also rolling out their family plan, which means that, like, for their Game Pass subscription, what would normally cost the price of, I think, 2 subscriptions for their Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate or whatever. They're coming out with a family plan that splits that price that you normally pay for 2 separate subscriptions. I think it's like around $60 or something like that a month. They're splitting that between a family plan for 5 people. So you take that 60 and you split it across 5 people. I think that's what it is, 60 a month, split it across 5 people. And they call it a family plan, but from what I understand, it's, if you get some friends together, you all want to buy in, then you're just going to be, in the subscription service together or whatever. You'll be part of the plan, right? It doesn't have to be like your biological family or whatever. But even with just 4 people, that's cutting that price that you would normally pay a month in half, right? And then with 5, that's even less. So, we're talking about, the Game Pass has been their golden egg, for quite a while. They've really been, they're keeping that thing in an incubator, and they're trying to, they're polishing that egg up. You know what I mean? They keep working on it, dude. They love that thing, and they knew I think the thing that's important to understand about what Xbox is doing here with Game Pass is that they've been doing this since 2017, and they've really been they took this concept and they've been, building around it and really maturing it into what has become like what makes them money. And it's actually changing the industry. It's pretty wild. Rockstar Games hacker reportedly arrested following GTA 6 leak. Last weekend, someone hacked Rockstar Games and leaked over 90 videos of the still in development GTA 6. Now, the City of London police in the UK reportedly arrested the 17-year-old individual responsible for the hack. Kids be smart, yo. BBC and the City of London's police Twitter account confirmed the arrest took place in Oxfordshire earlier today. The official statement only says that this 17-year-old individual was arrested on suspicion of hacking as part of an investigation supported by the NCA UK's National Cyber Crime Unit. But journalist Matthew Keys reports that this is the person who leaked Grand Theft Auto 6 after they hacked Rockstar Games and possibly hacked Uber as well. Bruh. 17? They're going to be, like... This is like one of those like... things that gets turned into like a movie or it's not like... He was robbing banks or anything, or something, stealing government documents or anything. But this is pretty intense, dude. 17-year-old. You could get turned into some kind of like entertainment. Further tweets by Keys also claim that this arrest was made in partnership with the FBI, who we knew were investigating the hack. More detailed statements from the involved agencies are expected in the coming hours. We'll update this post when those happen. The hacker remains in police custody at this time. Rockstar Games released a statement about the hack on Monday. Said it does not expect any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. That's wild, dude. 17. Some smart kids out there, man. Smart people, but it's always wild when you see something like that. I wonder how they got in, because that was an absolute hack. Like Rockstar came out, we read about it. They said that their network got infiltrated, right? They got compromised. Somebody compromised their network, got in there and stole all that stuff. Apex Legends developer calls for players to stop harassing employees. Apex Legends developer Respawn has issued a fairly pointed statement telling players to stop harassing members of the development team. While the developer is also behind the previously released Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and the upcoming Star Wars Jedi Survivor, among others, The implication seems to be that this is targeted at people specifically harassing members of the Apex Legends team. Recently, we have seen increased harassment towards members of our development team. A statement shared late last night on the official Respawn Entertainment Twitter account reads, "We welcome community input. However, the line between constructive feedback and the harassment of our dev team cannot be crossed. We want to remind our players that we have a zero-tolerance policy for threats and the harassment of our developers." The statement from Respawn Entertainment continues, "We will take appropriate action to ensure the health and safety of our team. We love hearing feedback and will continue to work alongside our community to foster a respectful, collaborative environment and uphold the competitive integrity of our game." It's unclear if there was some particular incident that instigated Respawn to step in and issue this statement. Usually that's why there is. It's not the first time that a video game developer has said something about the way players have been treating employees this year. God of War Ragnarok developer Santa Monica Studio asked everyone to treat each other with respect, for example, back in July following rumors of news about the video game not panning out. Yeah, Apex Legends Season 14 Hunted is currently available with the newest Legend Vantage. Currently available free-to-play on PS4, PS5, Xbox One and X and S, Switch, and PC. Cool. That's kind of wild. Yeah, I wonder what went down there. Genshin Impact's trying to ease the burden on new and returning players. Genshin Impact developer MiHoYo, which operates under a global brand of HoYoverse, knows that there's a lot to do and see in the popular free-to-play video game, so much, in fact, that it can be a bit tough for new and returning players to get into and understand fully. As part of a recent interview, the developer acknowledged this as true and stated that it is working on making things easier on those players. This is an issue we are considering as well. The developer said of the game's new player experience as part of an interview in the latest Play magazine. "While we continue to produce more exciting content, we are also trying to ease the burden of returning players or new players. In addition to the ongoing system optimizations and beginner tutorial adjustments, client capacity optimization and intelligent management of past content are also under development." If you are not already aware, Genshin has been adding new content every so often with major additions coming during version updates. The biggest chunks of new content have been attached to milestone updates like version 3.0, in addition to adding the new Sumuru area and Dendro element. Even the smaller ones add up over time, and there's plenty to see and do in the video game. Coming updates officially in the pipeline, version 3.1, King of Deshret and the Three Magi is expected to release on September 28th. It will add a new desert area to Sumuru and near characters Nilau, Sino, and Cadence. Additionally, Genshin Impact version 3.0, the Morn A Thousand Roses brings, is currently available. Yeah, it can be played free to play, PS4, PS5, and PC and mobile devices. It's supposed to be coming to Switch at some point in the future, but they've been saying that for a long time. All right, man. Here we go. Twitch creator chief exits with controversy over streamer pay swirling. Platform is reducing the revenue share split for top streamers. Dude. Well, we don't get to read that. Yeah, so we already read about the sale that's happening in the, there's actually a sale on Nintendo's eShop for both of what we've read to be North America and Europe. I'm guessing it's going on all over the world. Might have some different titles for different prices, though. This is a list of the games you can get right now in America and the prices for them in America for Nintendo's eShop. Okay? Oh, there's also, I think, a code in here. Yeah, at the bottom article right here, there's a code where you might be able to get an additional discount or something. I know this is like kind of a promotional thing they run on this site. But, you'll still get this price without the code. So, this is just something that Nintendo's doing, okay? So, if you're interested, there you go. Xbox's Project Amplify hopes to give games industry needed diversity. Xbox launched its new Project Amplify with a teaser video, showcasing the company's effort to foster and grow black talent in the gaming industry. Xbox recently launched Project Amplify in an industry-wide effort to attract black youth to STEM careers within the gaming industry. With the initiative arriving at the same time as the National Week for Historically Black Colleges and Universities, the issue of race in video game has been an ongoing point of discussion for the industry, with companies like EA being criticized in the past for refusing to cast a black protagonist in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Project Amplify comes after a recent survey conducted by HBCU Connect found that interest in the gaming industry among black college students was significantly higher when compared to the number of black people currently employed in the industry. Wick, what's up, bro? Yo. Video game fans have recently seen an increase in black representation in games, particularly in titles like Insomniac's Spider-Man Miles Morales, but the industry still itself has a long way to go. Xbox's news site released a teaser trailer for Project Amplify, which can also be found on the ID at Xbox YouTube channel. Project Amplify is a video series featuring 14 employees of the company describing their pasts, aspirations, and roles in the gaming industry. To start Project Amplify, Xbox has decided to partner with the event Revolt Summit XAT&T on September 24th and 25th. Is that supposed to be times 18 plus 8? I don't know. Where the company will be hosting industry panels and providing networking opportunities in order to reach a wider and younger audience. The event itself promises to host a wide breadth of professionals and figures within hip-hop culture, seeking to provide opportunities for the audience to develop skills needed to breach into several industries and occupations. I didn't say anything, dude. I was just like, you know what? You know what was actually my deal with that? I had seen so many people dealing with crashes. Like, it was all over the place online. People having the same, whether it be the game constantly crashing or the game constantly crashing people's PCs. That I was like, they're not getting any support from the devs to fix their issues. Why would I try to pursue the same thing? I was just like, I'm just done playing Apex, dude. It doesn't like my hardware. There's something going on, dude. It doesn't like something going on with my PC. Yeah. How are you, man? What's up? Happy weekend. Getting this support from Microsoft, sometimes called the Disney of video games, will hopefully be a boon for the event and help it reach its target audience more effectively. The gaming industry has continued to grow in modern time, and it remains an attractive destination for young professionals. However, the problem of racial disparity in higher education remains, and this is true of the video game industry as well. Such issues are the focus of Xbox's project. Those without degrees or specific knowledge are encouraged to give Project Amplify a look and learn more about this burgeoning business. Good, tired? Bro, I feel that this morning. I don't know why. I'm going to read this last. I'm going to read that last. Multiverses will get rigged, Pickle Rick, very soon. Oh, did you, dude? What'd you think about it? Multiverses players apparently won't have to wait very long for the second half of the Rick and Morty duo to be added to the game. Last night, developer Player First Games released a brand new trailer, which finally gave players of the brawler the first look at Rick Sanchez from the hit cartoon series Rick and Morty. Ah, geez, Rick. The trailer, which you can check out below, teases the scientist's upcoming release while also confirming that his pet, Meeseeks, will be included, perhaps as part of his fighting kit. However, although the trailer doesn't feature a release date, it's been confirmed that the character will be coming to Multiverses sooner than players might think. Nice, dude. Nice. That's awesome. All right, cool. Multiverse's game director Tony Nguyen took to Twitter soon after the trailer's release to say that Rick will be coming very soon. Although not a release date, the developer previously confirmed in July that he would be coming to the game after Morty was added. Looks like fans won't have to wait too much longer. Also, already been confirmed that Rick will be a mage ranged character, but his abilities and skills have yet to be detailed. Morty was released on August after the game launched in early access in July. Earlier this month, the character received a massive buff in a patch 2 weeks after his release, while the new character Gizmo from Gremlins was added to the game on September 8th. Yeah. Cool. D23 Expo wrap-up, secretly the best gaming showcase of the year. We'll read that one last. How about that? Time for fans to stop thinking they can be gaming developers. What is it that makes game fans so eager to criticize the games they ostensibly love? That sounds dramatic, but it's always tough to watch social media swell with lots of armchair experts, eager to claim they have the one idea a AAA game studio needs to fix its flagship product. These ideas made by untrained players who don't have any idea in a lot of cases about the work that goes on behind the scenes, and even which ideas might have been experimented on behind the scenes are often not perfect. This week we've been able to see not just one, but two controversies at once. After the first week of its beta, there have been complaints that Call of Duty is too different, similar, depending on who you ask. Yeah, we've seen that. Elsewhere on social media, a social media statement dropped on Twitter by Respawn asking for fans to stop harassing their development team. Yeah, we just read about that. There's a couple of different issues throughout these different complaints, but it all comes down to one crucial thing. Fans of games seem to feel so much ownership that they can demand changes to the games they're playing. Several responses to Respawn's tweet suggested that if Respawn changed the things they wanted to change, their harassment would stop. Then switch back the iron sight on the heatsink and don't sell the reactive skin for $160, claimed one response. You will get constructive feedback when you construct a playable and enjoyable game, said another. Nice. Dude, get wrecked. Get wrecked. I need more coffee. Elsewhere, streamers and content creators have complained that Modern Warfare 2 has changed the series' trademark minimap. Yeah, I just talked about that. As it no longer shows little blips of enemies while shooting. Something developer Infinity Ward has said is because they don't want to punish players for firing their weapons, which seems reasonable for a shooter. Others have complained that the time to kill is too different from previous games in the series, alternating between claims that it is too fast or too slow. Yeah, it's weird that they decided to implement that on this title, instead of like a completely new entry into the series or whatever. What? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's one of the things I was going to ask you is like how you felt about that, because that was one of the things we already read about, dude. Was like people were like kind of throwing a fit that got changed. And what we read was that basically, thinking about your review, one of the things that we had read within the past couple of days about their response to the players was like, look, we don't want people just relying on the mini map to play the game. We want people relying on their your audio to listen to like footsteps and gunshots and things like that to be able to find your way around to find enemies. Yeah. Rather than just looking at your mini map and going, oh, there's one. It just like automatically points out exactly where they are. And I can understand that. Wanting it to be a little more immersive or whatever. But it does completely change the way people have become accustomed to, COD. So, I don't know. Sadly, this isn't a new issue. In March 2012, Mass Effect 3 released. The game's ending was viewed by some fans as so bad that the community created a firestorm on social media, harassing developers and even going so far as to start a petition to demand BioWare change the game. Bioware changed the ending. There's a great video by people making games. People make games where the developers talk about how much it impacted them. And if you're the sort of person that might think of tweeting abuse, maybe watch the video to see the sort of impact this can have. Be easy to blame the Dunning-Kruger effect. Write it off if it weren't for the fact that in games it is often such a toxic event and so often leads to the harassment of developers, disproportionately including those who identify as anything other than straight white men, that it's one of the single biggest threats to open and transparent communication from developers out there. Yeah. I mean, that's what we always want, right? As you know, so many of us that are passionate about this industry and the games and everything. We want open and effective communication between ourselves and the developers in regards to the games that we love so much. But I can also understand their reluctance to want to be engaged, have any line of open communication with the public, because it provides this kind of opportunity for toxic people, man, that suck to deal with. So I get it. As game developers and publishers start to get better at looking after their employees and their mental health, it seems less likely that this sustained pressure will get fans the things they think they want, and instead lead developers isolating themselves further and being less transparent about upcoming developments. That's bad news for the entire industry, so maybe if the angry fans could lay off the abuse, we could all just enjoy games, the thing we're supposed to be here for, and just have a nicer time in general. Missed the mark on the beta? In what ways specifically? And this is the last article I have. It's not Modern Warfare 2. Nothing in it reminds me of Modern Warfare 2. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I've kind of been waiting for some feedback, whether it be from the community that might be playing it, our community that might be playing it, or just getting some bits and pieces of the way people felt about it within the news before I decided to give it a try or not. That sucks. I'm not, I haven't played a COD game in years, and the only reason I was planning on maybe giving it a shot was because it was Modern Warfare 2. Really? So, looks like I'll probably stay away from it. I was pretty hesitant anyways, just because of my, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We'll keep tabs on it in the news segment and see how people are feeling about it still and everything. But I can already tell that it's different. Yeah. D23 Expo. Last article. We'll keep talking about anything that comes up that you guys can bring me in chat that would be good, pertinent stuff for us to discuss regarding video gaming news, especially stuff that I might not have already hit on today or in previous news segments before we move on to whatever we're going to do for gaming today, okay? This is the last article I have. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely, dude. Yeah. D23, did you experience very many like bugs or anything in the game, or did it feel fairly polished? Can you give me some feedback on that at least? Now the beta is not always going to obviously reflect. I mean, no matter what you're talking about, aspect game wise, like the in regards to critiquing it or giving feedback, a beta is never going to be a full representation of what a game's going to feel like when it comes out, right? That's for sure. But D23 Expo wrap up, secretly the best gaming showcase of the year. Disney revealed a ton of new games at D23 Expo, including Tron, Identity, Disney Illusion, and Marvel World of Heroes. Tron Identity. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a story-rich kind of game here. Yeah, we saw this. Tron Identity, a visual novel detective game in development at Bethel Games. Disney Illusion Island. Next game from Delilah, the studio behind the Battletoads remake. 4-player co-op platformer starring Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald. Coming exclusively to Switch next year. Marvel World of Heroes. Dude, it was this trailer that we watched. I was like, man, it reminds me of like a Gushers commercial or like a fruit snack commercial or something. It got in collaboration with like some superhero stuff, you know? Like, pop like a flipping fruit snack or a Gusher or something. It's like, just start getting like Thor powers. That's exactly what it reminded me of. No bugs you came across, felt smooth, looked crisp. Just not the same game, dude. That feels bad. Right on. Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. When Pokemon Go creator Niantic acquired Seismic Games, the studio behind Marvel Strike Force, the two teams set out to combine their expertise and create a location-based Go-like set in the Marvel Universe. In World of Heroes, you will create your own superhero and patrol your real-life neighborhood alongside the Avengers. Marvel's Midnight Suns. After multiple delays, XCOM creators Fireaxis finally revealed the release for Marvel's Midnight Suns at D23. Massive 60-plus hour tactical RPG is coming to PC and console December 2nd. Does have a roster of about 13 Marvel superheroes in it that you can have on your team. Marvel Snap. Marvel Digital CCG has been in closed beta for the last 4 months, but the official release date was announced at D23. Be able to get your hands on Marvel Snap on PC and mobile on October 18th. Completely free to play. Yeah, it's a TCG, digital TCG. Decks contain 12 cards. Matches only last 2 minutes. No packs to open. And Disney is that Lorcana? While not featured at the Disney and Marvel Game Showcase, upcoming trading card game Disney, Lorcana made its debut. Yeah, this is right now not slated to be a digital trading card game, though. This is just physical. The Disney trading card game stuff. Yeah. Not yet. Yeah, we've talked about the Captain America Black Panther game. Yep, we've talked about that. All right, man. That's what I got, guys. That's what I got. Cool. Yeah, that's what I've got. I don't know, man. We're going to move into our gaming stuff. I don't know what all we're going to get into. Probably a lot of Shatterline today. I'm feeling the Shatterline. We might do a little bit of city skylines. I got some road stuff I want to mess with. If I need a little bit of some chill time, we'll get into some city skylines for a little bit. Maybe even do some Fall Guys, something like that. I don't know. But to all you that were part of this news segment, I appreciate you and everybody that's part of this amazing community. Thank you very much. If you're enjoying this content and you're viewing this on YouTube, what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and the rest of this community when we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day and start off all of our streams with video gaming news, okay? Other than that, everybody, you just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. Have a great weekend, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for a great Saturday, I guess. And we'll catch everybody tomorrow for September 25th edition of Video Gaming News, all right?